There are certain types of women that I think you should avoid at all costs. These women, for me personally, are dangerous to have in your orbit, in your circle of influence, whether they happen to be an acquaintance of yours, whether they happen to be a friend, whether they even happen to be in your family, because guess what? Sometimes the women that you should avoid are in the midst of your family, a business partner, a colleague. This is my list, and do let me know in the comments if I've missed any out. But I have got a list of 7 types of women that I give a wide berth. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want you in my circle of influence. Number 1, this should be a surprise to no one. An envious woman, a woman with the spirit of envy and jealousy. I don't try and get different results to what God has said I would get. God has specifically written who can stand against envy. And as someone who has experienced women with the spirit of envy, just don't even bother. Just don't even bother. This woman, for me, fundamentally doesn't want you to win. And there are varying degrees of how she doesn't want you to win. There are some women who will go to the very, very highest level to ensure that they destroy your family home, to destroy your business, etc. And for me, the moment I catch a glimpse of a bad eye look, the moment I catch you saying something snidey, the moment I catch you throwing shade, the moment I catch you just not having good intention and goodwill over my life, you have got to go. I am not going to try and be a good martyr on earth and recover your envious spirit and let you know that actually we're girls and I want you to win, and no, that's not my job on earth, because God has already said who can stand against envy. And I'm not going to be the practice run to say, actually, no, nobody can stand against envy. It's already been written. So that's my number 1. My number 2 has to be people who are gossips and nosy people. I'm so sorry. Gossips and nosy people for me are all part and parcel of one piece. Nosy people usually want to know things so that they can use that information against you. Think about Delilah. Can we just acknowledge one of the things that you have to get your spirit of discernment up on is why people are asking questions. As a woman who has a high level of discernment, you have always got to be aware of why that person is asking that question. Key example, Samson and Delilah. Delilah had no good intentions there. It is so important. You see, when people say, well, what do you do for a living? Or what does your husband do? Or how's the business going? Oh, how's that relationship going? How did the job interview go? Please understand this on planet Earth. Not everybody is asking you so that you can win, so that they can encourage, so that they can pour into you. You have to be good at just saying, okay. Okay is like no further details need to be shared. Because with nosy people, they're using that information and it's working against you. I realised this about someone who was in my circle of influence who used to ask me questions. And I thought, every time you ask me questions, it's actually not for my good. You're asking me questions, and the more I realised about how the spiritual realm worked, the more I was like, you're asking me questions, but it's actually you not asking questions. Information that you give to nosy people, the way you have to see information is power. Information in the wrong hands can lead to your downfall. Always think Samson and Delilah. And as for gossips, absolutely not. I've always had a rule from a very young age. If you gossip about somebody else, you are gossiping about me. I have got no time for it. I've got no energy for it. I do not care. I am a woman. I didn't realise this, but I truly run the programme of mind my own business. And when you are gossiping, I feel that you don't have sufficient going on in your life, because don't you have money to make? Don't you have a workout to complete? Don't you have a language to do? Don't you have a holiday to book? Don't you have things in your life going on that you need to gossip? And if you're gossiping about someone else, I automatically know I'm a point of conversation as well. When I'm not around, I'm a point of conversation. So for me, gossip's an absolute no. I can't believe I'm saying number 3. I can't believe I've had this experience on earth. Darlings, I have been a sugar mama. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't even realise I was auditioning for the role. I didn't realise I was an ATM. But as someone who is particularly generous, as someone who is particularly giving, I didn't realise. This is, by the way, when I had quote unquote friends. I ride solo now. I just ride solo. Friends who use you for money. Friends who... And this is so subtle, by the way. There's so many degrees of this. I've had that acquaintance I cut off immediately. Imagine this. Let's have a moment. You go out to lunch. You meet her. You get introduced to a girl. You go out to lunch, and she turns around and says, "Thank you for treating me." That situation took me back by a back. There are women who use other women for money. And if you're a generous spirited woman, you have to have your eyes open. Suddenly you are the one that's always paying for the bill. You are the one that's being super generous. You can't be anyone's ATM. You are not a man. I'm not saying men are ATMs, by the way, but you are not put on earth to be the provider and the protector. And I firmly believe that it's okay, like with my family, like the women in my family, I might get the bill, they might get the bill, etc. That situation's okay because everyone is putting their card down. We don't have anyone who is card shy. But you've got to be wary about people who will use you for money, because they do exist. Number 4. Oh my gosh, maybe number 4 is actually my worst one. The girlies that do not want you to be better than them. And this isn't because you are better than them. This isn't because you think you're so special. And yes, of course, you should think you're so special. But these are the women who suddenly their eyes are eyeing up what you have and their spirit changes towards you. Point example in the word is Samuel and Saul. I find it quite hilarious that Saul was upset that the women sang the song, Saul slayed 1,000 and David 10,000. That got to Saul's heart. Things changed from then. Also Laban and Jacob, things changed from then. It's so important to understand there are people that don't want you to do better than them. Unbeknownst to them, everyone is running an individual race. It's an individual race, but they have this notion whereby they want you to be okay, but just never better than them. And this is, by the way, if you have watched the video where I say I'm a girl's girl, but I ride solo, this is one of the reasons I ride solo. Nobody on planet Earth should put a cap on your game. There should never be a cap on your motion. Absolutely not. And I think inadvertently, when you surround yourself with women with this spirit, there is a danger that you end up playing small to make them comfortable. There is a danger that actually you should be growing, you should be elevating, you should be becoming better. But because your subconscious, your spirit knows that this woman is not going to feel comfortable, you inadvertently start to play small. These women are dangerous. I have actually experienced this in such a way. I had to check myself. I think I've said this before. I have had a situation where I said to God, like, I think this girl, I'm not even going to be able to dress up to the max, because I feel like she's now in the position where she's thinking, you do too much. You do too much. Guess what? You are on earth for a limited period of time. Do the most. When are you going to do the most? When the clock stops. do the most now. And if you happen to be around a woman who never wants you to be better, I promise you the best thing that you can do for yourself is say goodbye. Goodbye. Let me know what you think about this. And if you're new here, you may not realize I am a forgiving person, but I personally feel religious spirits want you to encourage you to sit with people who are potential devils. Everyone is nobody is perfect. Absolutely nobody. And there are things you can reach people at 80%. People have to reach me at 80%. But when you know someone is pure evil and doesn't want the best of you, it does not make sense courting and having them in your kingdom. I always go back to, if that was meant to be the case, the devil will still be in heaven. You've got to know your own limits about who should be in your circle. Not everyone is meant to be in the circle, and you have got to be okay with banishing them from your kingdom, from your orbit. Number 5 for me, I think. Women that copy. I mean, by the way, copy, I don't mean, you, by all means, please, buy the dress. I'm going to tell you, if you say, where's that lip gloss from? I will say, where's that perfume from? As long as it's not my signature scent, I'm happy to share it. Oh, those are really nice sandals. Where are they from? I'm happy to share. But when you start to copy me in such a way that you want to be number 2 version of me, like it literally says, becoming that girl, copy. When you want to be the copy edition of me, it's an absolute no over here. It is an absolute no over here. Let me tell you why. God only made one. There is only one of you. And I don't buy that notion imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That's absolute nonsense. If God wanted copy versions, he is in charge of all things. He would have made a duplicate version of you. There is only one Jesus, there is only one Esther, there is only one David, there is only one Samuel, there is only one Saul, there is only one you. I do not need you on this earth copying me. I do not need you on this earth trying to be me. No. You need to do you and become you and do the best version of you. And this goes down to, I don't know why science thinks God doesn't exist, but scientifically, there is only one version of you. You are unique. Your fingerprint, your DNA, all of that is unique. So I don't need anyone on earth trying to imitate my spirit, trying to be me. And again, I am always happy to share. This is where I bought the dress from. This is that. But if you start to imitate my tone, my mannerisms, how I approach things, and you are trying to be a carbon copy for me, I think I've got to run. I personally have got to run. I think I'm on the 6th thing. Liars. No, thank you. Women who have the condition of lying. I'm not talking about, do I look big in this dress? And you can't say to me, yes, you do. I'm talking about, nobody asked you, so why are you lying kind of spirit. I personally feel, if you really read the Proverbs, by the way, and I think also in the book of Psalms, you get to understand how detestable lying is to the Most High. And if you have any sort of lying spirit, even if I tell a small white lie, I immediately ask for forgiveness. I immediately ask for forgiveness. Like if someone says they want to X, Y, and Z, and I don't want to upset their feelings, and I tell a tiny white lie, I immediately ask for forgiveness, because lying is so detestable. And there are people that do such lies whereby you have to be scared. Those types of women are an absolute no for me. It can't work. I can't entertain in business. I can't entertain in any family, friends. Absolutely not. And I will respectfully, no, it's a no for me. The last thing, this has just popped into my head. The last thing is someone who wants to take your seat. Thinking about the devil, I and God, what I said earlier, this has just come into my mind. And I think it kind of ties to women who want to copy you, women who are envious of you, a woman who wants to sit in my seat. She wants to sit in my seat because guess what? The reason that the devil got chucked out is because he wanted to sit in God's seat. Anyone that wants to usurp you from your position, you have got to run. They want your husband. They want your business. They want your job. They want your life. They want to usurp you from your position. You have got to run. And depending on your spiritual knowledge, usurping just does exist. Esau and Jacob. Yeah, Esau was very, very foolish. Selling your birthright, very, very foolish. But there are people that want to usurp your original birthright. They want to take your original destiny and let it be theirs. Let it be theirs because they like that position. They like the honor that you have. They like the favor that you have. And they think that they can have it. Those people are dangerous. Those women are dangerous. It's all circulating around that envious spirit, that spirit that they never want you to be better than them, that spirit of copying. So for me, it's an absolute no. Do let me know in the comments if there is anything else that you would add to this list. Also, let me know if any of the things that I've shared resonate with you, because people are the things that change destiny. Your everyday interaction is what's helping to move you along. And by the way, I'm going to do the opposite of this video because there are certain women in your life and certain people in your life who are destiny helpers, and may God Almighty enable you to meet your destiny helpers. People change destinies. If you look at the whole word, the interactions are based on people, because that is what's going to either get you in the pit or get you to the palace or whatever it is. It's the people. So I will do another video on may you find your destiny helpers. Okay, thanks.